Okay, we continue revision. This is what Ārammaṇa Sangha is about. So we revise through, I think this should be the last one. I think no time to go through all of them. You have to go and read through yourself. Okay, today we're going to cover the following. The 6 Ārammaṇas, then the date objects, then the 23 Vipaka Chittas, and then 15 Rupa Vachara, 12 Arupa Vachara, and 52 Chitta Sika. So we see what are these category consists of. Okay, this one will explain briefly what it means. Okay, so 6 Ārammaṇas or objects of consciousness. Basically, I think you also know by now, consists of Ruparamana or visible form object. So this is going through the eye, known through the eye. Then the Sadarama sound, this one known through the ear. Then Gadarama smell or odor, known through the nose. And Rasamana taste, known through the tongue. And the Pota Bharamana tangible object or touch, is unknown to the body. And Dhammaran Mana mental object known to the mind. So basically, when you talk about the 6 Ārammaṇa, you're talking about these 6. Okay. So the 6 refer to the things like thoughts, memories, emotion, concept, imagination, mental object, and certain stubborn phenomena as discussed in the Abhidhamma Pitaka. So basically, these are the thoughts that you're going through the process. Then we talk about date objects. Date objects refer to Ārammaṇa object taken by the final consciousness moment before death, the Chutti Chitta happen, and immediately preceding the Javana, or what I call the date approximate karma process. So basically is before passing away, before even the Chutti Chitta kind of cut off the whole body consciousness that totally towards the death. There are 3 kinds of things that happen to individual. So depending on what kind of things you can see. So like karma Ārammaṇa is a past intention act itself appear vividly. Example, you often giving alms and often to do meditation, or worse one, killing, cruelty, etc. All these will come and haunt you. Okay, if you're good, then the process through will be very good for your next existence. But if bad, then this thing you get worried or get panic, because this thing you never even think of happening, especially killing, is towards the animal one or towards hell if you do commit those heinous killing. Then the second is called the karma nimitta, a sign of karma. This one is symbolized of the past action you have done. So if you have heard many of these Buddha scriptures about a knife for butcher, those that people do a livelihood of killing animal. Then like the one in case we're talking a pig, this particular man before them sort of screaming, and because every day doing is killing pigs, so this thing can haunt him constantly. Then if you are offering flowers or whatever for devotee, then this mental thought come, then is this a good sign? At least a human. Or meditation seat for meditator, especially those with high meditation skill, they wish to go to the other realm, like those the fine material realm, so on, so on. Then they are also stuck with that particular idea. Then their destiny could be down there. Then the next one is Gati Nimitta, sign of destination. This is before cut off. So before cut off, that one immediately you go to the destination you reach, you select. I mean not select. It's actually reserved for you. A sign for the ram about to arise in rebirth. Example, for those people seeing all those heavenly beings visiting you, then the high chant of heavenly mission, all this light, music appearing on your mind, okay, before death. Then, if you are doing evil, the fire, darkness, terrifying vision, these are signs of woeful state, okay? Then this will be come and haunt you that your next coming life will be of this sort. Then your womb imagery or landscape or beings of the next realm, okay? So whatever the last sign before passing away, that's the destination you will visit. That's why, especially those struggling death, early state, when you know that he or she having this kind of bad thoughts coming, it's best ask the monk, hopefully can persuade them and change the mind thought into a better one, at least belong to a human being. Okay? Because these are the guaranteed sign that for your next existence. So these are explained in Theravada commentary Abhidhamma tradition. Only this Theravada Abhidhamma stress on this kind of conceive after your next rebirth, especially in the works connected to Visuddhimagga and Abhidhamma manual. So the process then described as a strong object appears on death, near death, before cut off. So there is a very strong way of predicting where you're going. Only that particular person on the deathbed will know. So that mind takes the object, and then this is a process going through. A strong object appear on the near death, then mind take over that object, then the jhavanas will go through the process, the final jhavana. And when the final one, the death consciousness, Chuti Chitta cut off, then you will link it to rebirth consciousness. So rebirth consciousness linking Pati Sandi arise, taking the same object. So from the death, straight away you will link. So it's immediate reborn down there. Okay? So the day object condition the next rebirth process. So in Theravada, this is not viewed as a permanent soul traveling, but as a causal continuity of mind movement conditioned by karma. So this is only mentioned in Theravada. Okay, the Mahayana different thing. Okay, so you want to learn, you go and study that later. It's more kind of different explanation. So 23 Vipaka Chitta are the resultant consciousness connected with the sense experience and rebirth in the Kama Vachara sense field plane. So basically, you run through these two again. There are 7 akusala vipaka chitta. They are called resultant of unwholesome karma. These produce unpleasant or neutral result. Okay, remember that, So eye consciousness with upekha, ear consciousness with upekha, nose consciousness with upekha, tongue consciousness with upekha, body consciousness with dukkha. Okay, then receiving consciousness with upekha, then investigation consciousness with upekha. So this is the 7 akusala chitta. Remember this step, And the 8 akusala vipaka, resultant. This for wholesome karma. So eye consciousness with upekha, ear consciousness with upekha, nose consciousness with upekha, tongue consciousness with upekha. The next one, when you are having this good one, the body consciousness with sukha, joy. Okay, so receiving consciousness of upekha, investigation consciousness of upekha, and investigation consciousness of somanasa. So this consists of the 8 kusala vipaka chitta. Next one, the 8 great resultant consciousness, maha vipaka chitta. These are beautiful resultant chitta arising in the fortunate sense sphere rebirth. You can't remember, go back to your year 1 and run through again. 16 with joy associated with knowledge unprompted. 17 with joy associated with knowledge prompted. 18 with joy dissociated knowledge unprompted. And 19 with joy dissociate from knowledge unprompted. With joy dissociate knowledge prompted. With equanimity associated with knowledge unprompted. With equanimity associated with knowledge prompted. With equanimity dissociate with knowledge unprompted. So these are often called the 23 Kama Vachara Vipaka Citta. So in a simplified sculpture, it consists of 7 unwholesome resultant. Remember that? 8 wholesome resultant and 8 beautiful great resultant. So total make 23. Okay, so this is 23 Vipaka Citta. If you can't remember, go back again to your year 1 again. The next one, we're talking about 15 Rupa Vachara Citta. Forms here consciousness are the jhana-based mind state connected with the 5 material absorption. So how you calculate that? They will make of 5 jhana times 3 types of consciousness is equal to 15 cittas. So first jhana, 3 citta, kusala, vipaka, and kiriya. So first jhana have 3. Second jhana, also 3, kusala, vipaka, and kiriya. Third jhana, kusala, vipaka, kiriya. Fourth jhana, same thing, kusala, vipaka, kiriya. And fifth jhana, do the same, kusala, vipaka, kiriya. Sometimes they counter separate due to upeka. One pointedness we find in later Tevara classification. But don't care, you just take it as total 15. Okay. So summary, to remember that, you have all the various jhana level, kusala, vipaka, and kiriya. So 3, 3, 3, total 15. So kusala means it arises during meditation practice. And this one generates wholesome karma. And then vipaka, result of having attained jhana. You get a sort of rebirth experience in the Brahma realms of those who practice higher kind of jhana. And kriya, these are only for Arahant. It acts as a functional, no karma formation. And that's why in Abhidhamma explained Arahant is of this sort, which many of the Mahayana disagree with this. They say, how can you prove that Arahant is so pure? Then we talk about 12 arupa jhanas, are the consciousness of the formless immaterial sphere based on the 4 arupa jhanas. Okay, they are formed as 4 formless attainment times 3 type consciousness is equal to 12 citta. So the 12 arupa citta are the kasana jayatana, sphere of infinite space. They follow the same thing, kusala, vipaka, functional, kiriya, so of the same manner. And then the vijnana jayatana, the sphere of infinite consciousness, to follow this pattern, kusala, vipaka, kiriya. Then you come to the akinchana yatana, the sphere of nothingness. Same thing, follow kusala, vipaka, kiriya. And nivasana sana yatana, the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception. To follow this manner, kusala, vipaka, kiriya. So when you look in this arupa one, they divided into these 4 categories. So 4 times 3 of this, so total form 12 arupa cittas. So kusala means meditation attainment while alive. Okay, vipaka, the rebirth experience in arupa Brahma realm. Okay, when you are going towards the arupa Brahma. Kiriya is only for Arahant, functioning without karmic formation. So they are detailed in Abhidhamma Sangha and related commentary works. And you revise through again, the 52 Chittasika are mental factors arise with consciousness chitta and help to perform its function. So they are grouped into 4. 13 universal mental factor. Sabha, Chitta, Sandadharana. So total, they arise in every single chitta: contact, feeling, perception, volition, one-pointedness, psychic life, faculty, attention, initial application, sustained application, decision, energy, joy, desire. And then 14 unwholesome factor, akusala, chittasika. These arise only in unwholesome state. 3 rooted defilement, greed, hatred, delusion. And 4 general unwholesome factor, wrong view, conceit, doubt, restlessness. Okay? And then 7 secondary defilement, shamelessness, fearlessness of wrongdoing, sloth, torpor, envy, avarice, and worry. So these total form the part of the 52 Chittasika. And then we have 25 beautiful mental factors, Sobhana Chittasika. Or they rise only in wholesome or noble consciousness, faith, mindfulness, shame, moral fear, non-greed, non-hatred, equanimity, tranquility of mental body, tranquility of consciousness, lightness of body, lightness of consciousness, malleability of consciousness, weariness of mental body, weariness of consciousness, proficiency of mental body, proficiency of consciousness, uprightness of mental body, and uprightness of consciousness. And then 6 abstinences, virati, right speech, right action, right livelihood, and illimitables, compassion, irresistible, appreciative, joy, and equanimity. So this one form this all the Chittasika. And another 2 more, sorry. Miscellaneous factor, initial application, we already listed conceptually but classified separate in the system, and sustained application, vichara. So total, add together here, total 52, okay? So these 52 mental factors are foundation, Abhidhamma, analysis of mind, and systematic explained in Abhidhamma, sangaha. Okay, this is a run through all you learned in the previous year. All right, so I give to you this thing later. Okay, we gone through earlier one discussing all these things. So inside the 6 classes of cognitive objects, rupa, sada, gandha, rasa, pottabha, and dhamma. Then for dhamma, Ārammaṇa, 6 sub-steps. Pasada, sukuma, rupa, citta, cittasika, nibbana, ananti. We'll go through that later. And objects of date, 3 objects of date, we already gone through earlier. Karma, nimitta, gati, nimitta. And then these 23 karma, vachara, vipaka, citta. Remember, 7 akusala, 8 hetuka kusala, and 8 sahetuka kusala. And 5th category, 15 rupa vachara chittas. We have 5 jhana times 3. So having these 3 kusala, vipaka, kriya, which I shown you earlier in the Microsoft Word. And 12 arupa citta, 4 immaterial attainment times 3, okay? And 52 Chittasika, 13 universal, 14 occasional, 14 unwholesome, and 25 beautiful. Okay? All this my member, will come and haunt you during exam. Then the 8Y integrative or what VT context, 17 thought moment, Javana, and Ārammaṇa quality. We will talk to this later when we come down to the slide. So we're going one by one through 6 classes of cognitive object, Ārammaṇa. Okay, Rupa, Ramana, visible form. The sense is the eye. Eye is the base. So what you can see is color, light, and 20 subtype of derived matter. Important thing, it require attention, eye sensitivity. That means your eye organ must have no kind of affected like cataract or that, and then will not see clearly. And light, distant, so has an intrinsic nature, but it's impermanent, anicca. So whatever you see in the eye is temporary, it's not permanent. Also, it's like a temporary capture object. And the sounds, the sense, the ear, the bass, is inarticulate, anita or articulate, ita, the sound. It's actually the kind of media that your ear hair has a chance of detecting when the movement of this vibration. So this is called the natural sound of Bhuta Sada. And criteria, you need the eye sensitivity, the space element, and attention. Okay. Next one, the Gandha Ramana or sense, the base of the nose. So if you have pleasant, Sungadaha, I mean very sweet smelling, unpleasant, Duga Gandha, bad smelling, or neutral. So it arises from chemical properties of the four great elements. This is how our sort of smell, odor come about. Then fourth one, Rasamana. This is the base of the tongue. So the tongue is the sort of tasting it. So there are 6 types of things which our tongue can detect: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, pungent, astringent. So require taste sensitivity, moisture element, and proper contact. So this one, you take note, especially those people going for chemo one, most of them lack of this, suddenly feel a loss of this taste element, taste effect. So they eat the food without feeling the kind of sweet, sour, all this all gone. Okay, that's why when you go for chemo, it's a very torturing one. You seem that don't want to like to eat the food, but you need to eat the food because you need the nutriment. Without that, your body suffers. Ota bara mana sense is a body contact, every part of your body. So Pativi, the earth. So we normally thought of hardness and softness when you come to in contact with those solid stuff, either hard or soft. Then Tejo, the fire, when you feel, especially weather, you feel hot, so you sweat, or you feel cold in winter, so you're trembling. Vayo, air, is a pressure and movement. So require this element of air because everything need to expand. Everything need to move to this kind of media requirement. We can't just move without the air element. And another thing you know, the upper the water is not directly touchable. So water is out of this sense body. Then next one, the final one, mental object, sense of the mind. So most complex category, the pasada rupa, suku ma rupa, chitta, all these are total 89, 1 to 1, depending on which plane you are. So total 52 Cittasika, you have Nibbana, you have Pananati, the concepts. So we will see the detail after the full breakdown. So for this tangible object, the earth element, you feel hardness, softness, like touching stone is hard, touching silk is soft. Tejo Dhatu, fire element, your heat or cold, feeling warm sunlight, or touching ice. And Vayu Dhatu, air, wind element, you have pressure and movement. Wind on skin, pressure of breath, heartbeat, movement. So as I mentioned earlier, water element is not directly touchable. It is known only through inference. Next one, we come to Dhammarana, the objects.
Sorry, Brother Lau.
Yes.
Just on the first one, right? The first slide.
Which one?
No, the earlier the eye sensitivity that had the object, the color and light, 20 subtypes of derived matter. What the 20 subtype of derived matter means excluding the ear sensitivity, the nose sensitivity, or the four. But why the sound and the taste and the smell still included and they are not related to the eye?
20 subtypes of. Quite attention. You mean this one? What you want to know?
No, my question is, what I mean, we say 20 subtype, that means we omit the ear sensitivity, the nose sensitivity, the tongue,
No, this
and
under
the
eye
body,
only,
right? So what are the 20 subtypes?
You want to check later, then give to you.
No, because I read from Nobula, it say the 20 subtypes actually omit the ear sensitivity, the nose sensitivity, the tongue, and the body.
Is it?
So if we delete the 4 sensitivities that is not related to the eye, we got 20 subtypes, which is tally with what you mentioned. But my question is, why is it the sound, the taste, the smell are included, but they are not related to the eye? A bit odd.
Okay, I just
Or
want
is
to
it
check through
Nobu give
later.
wrong answer? Okay, all right.
Pasada, rupa, the sensitive matter. There are 5 sense faculty. As you remember, five senses, and extremely supple and capable of receiving stimuli, serve as physical-based vatu for corresponding consciousness. Then the sukuma rupa, supple matter. Sex faculty, heart-based, life faculty, nutrition, space element, bodily and verbal communication, material quality, lightness, malleability, willingness, growth, and continuity and decay and impermanent. Chitta, 89 or 121 types of consciousness, act as object for subsequent mind moments, retrospective recognition, past karma, and present object. Past chitta towards the present object. Then 52 Cetasika mental factor, 13 universal, 14 occasional, 14 unwholesome, 25 beautiful arises together with chitta, perishes together and give chitta its ethical quality. And Nibbana, this super mundane state. So if you talk about Nibbana, it's unconditioned as sanghata, dateless, amata, peaceful, sa upadisa with residue, anupadesa without residue. So the object of Magga and Pala Chitta only. So this is talking about, we'll talk some more on this Nibbana in the following slide. Then Panati concept, Nama Panati, name concept, words label, Anatta, Atta Panati, meaning concept, ideas, notion, Stapper check, Samuha, Desa, Kala, Akasa, Nimitta, Panati. So as mentioned earlier, unconditioned, asanghata, they don't depend on condition. So Nibbana have no condition, okay? Dateless, amata, there's no more birth and rebirth and death, and peaceful. This state that is utter cessation of craving, so you don't require anything. So these two words, sa upadesesa, with residue of aggregates, that means living arahant. Okay, living arahant. I mean those waiting to pass away and then they'll be arahant. So these are called sa upadesa, anupadesesa, without residue, paridimana after death, like Buddha after paridimana. For those arahant that pass away, so they are considered anupadesesa. Okay, next one, panati, concept. Nama panati, name, concept. Spoken earlier, words, label, designation, 3 points. These are conventional naming of things which we need in our normal daily life, conventional terms. Atta panati, meaning concept, ideas, notion, mental construct. So what are they? There are 5 types of panati. Samuha panati, collective, things like army, crowd, forest. Desa panati, directional, east, west, north, south. Kala panati, temporal, like morning, year, yesterday. And then Akasa panati, spatial, cave, well, space, and in room. And Nimitta panati, sign, concept, marks, symbol, images. So Nimitta, remember, is a sign, especially deaf one, they have this Nimitta. So earlier we covered about 3 objects and moment of death. Okay, we'll go through the karma again one more time. Karma is a past volitional action when it past done. Morally significant action stored in the mental continuum. I mean, it's stored somewhere, and at the time of happening, at the right time, right moment, then this thing will come. So when you come to the moment of death, Karuka Veti, determine rebirth. If it, in the present, example, committing heinous crime or jhana attainment. So whether you connect evil or you connect good. So this Veti one will take instantaneous process. It will bypass all the rest. It comes first. This is called Veti. Asana, dead box, action or thoughts at the moment of death. As told you, when it comes to the diving moment, the moment before the chuti cut off, you have this thing coming to haunt you, whether good or bad. Then achina, habitual, regular, frequent, perform action. If you don't have this kind, earlier one, then this next one will come to habitual, like you people, most of the time attending Dharma. So all this Dharma kind of stuff will be easily arise if your earlier one don't have. So you will come here and then it will point you to the direction. That means you have a very chance of good rebirth. Then another one is kata, store, miscellaneous past karma, function and reserve. If all these never happen to you, 1, 2, 3, above 1, 2, 3. Then the 4th one, the store one. This one, you keep in a storeroom for many over past years, so never function. So these are reserved. So if all the 3 never happen, this past reserve karma will come and surface out. Okay, so this is the 4th one that for seeking for rebirth. If all the first 3 never happen. So next one, the karma nimitta, the sign or the symbol of karma, the mental image representing in the past action itself. So prior to your death, this thing will surface up. Like if you are a butcher, you'll see knife, blood, animal bodies appear there because this is a frequent daily thing, this kind of job. you are living with. Then if you're a doctor, you'll see medicine, patient, healing scene, so on. And if you're a meditator, you are good in meditation, you have meditation object like kasina, breath, etc., so on, so on. And if you are a regular donor, things like charitable acts, recipients, offering made will arise in your this thought. Okay, so these are some of the common things which the image represent of your past karma action. So with this arise, then before the body cut off, the sign of future destination. These are the premonitory vision of next realm of rebirth. I mean, this will show you where you will be going when this present life is cut off. So these are the things which nobody can share with you. You yourself should know yourself where you are going. So if you are kind of going heavenly realms, you see divine palace, bright garden, radiant beings. So if you are kind of committing evil, the hell realms will come, especially fire, torturing instrument, dark landscape, all this kind of stuff will come and haunt you. So these are things which we hope not to commit any of these and don't end up in this particular realm. And then human realm. Hopefully everyone else can come back and practice again. Human realm, you'll see a womb, you see human home, you see domestic senses, then the high chance of coming back as human again. And then animal realm. Okay? Here is another, we will not say it's a good realm. It's also for those who are committing bad animal realm. You see forest, field, animal habitats, all these are appearing. So it was said that it's very easy to go to animal realm because if you're hard to keep your precept, you are not supposed to go to hell realm, you will likely go to animal realm. So this is also a bad realm for hard to practice and hard to come back as human again because you do not take how long to come back as human. Then we'll go to the 23 Kama Vachara Vipaka Chitta, the sense sphere resultant. So earlier we went through the Akusala Vipaka, 7 immoral resultant. We talk about 5 sense door, ear, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, all with neutral or unpleasant feeling. And 2 mind door is the receiving sampatichana consciousness resulting of immoral karma. Okay, this is how this thing works. Akusala Vipaka. The 5 sense door and then pass it to the 2 mind door. And ahetuka kusa vipaka, rootless moral resultant. 5 present sense door chitta. The 5 senses, you have present feeling, and 1 santitarana, neutral investigation, 1 santitana, present investigation, and 1 asitupada, smile producing. These are reserved for arahants only. The 8th one, sahetuka kusala vipaka, rooted moral resultant. So what are they? They are the 4 maha vipaka joy, with or without knowledge, or prompted or unprompted. And 4 maha vipaka with equanimity, with or without knowledge, and also prompted or unprompted. So higher resultant in this 5 material jhana resultant. Okay, we'll look through the 8 maha vipaka chitta, called the rooted resultant. This one, if you are not so sure, go back year 1 again, go to the notes. First one, somanasa, joy. We have this Nama Samayuta with any Asankarika unprompted, and then you have this Somanasa Nana Asa. Okay. Next one, 2. Somanasa joy, Nana Samyayuta with Sang Harika prompted, Somanasa Nananasa. Okay. Third one, Somanasa joy, Nana Vipayuta without Asankarita unprompted, and Somanasa Anna Asa. And Somanasa joy, Nana Vipayuta without, and then Sankarika prompted, Somanasa Anna Nasa. Then Upeka, Nana Sambayuta with, and Asankarika unprompted, and Upeka Nana Asa. And Upeka Nana Samyuta Sansa Harika Upa Kana Nasa. And then 7, Upeka Nana Viputa without Asangharika unprompted, Upeka Ananasa. And then 8, Upeka Equanimity, then Nana Vipayuta without Asangharika prompted, and Upeka Ananasa. Next one, 15 Rupa Vachara Chitta, the 5 material sphere. First one, the first jhana, you have Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. 5, okay? Total 5. Then Kusala Chitta, Vipaka Chitta, and Kiriya Chitta. So 1, 6, 11. Then you drop this Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. Okay? For first jhana, second jhana. So total 4. And your Chitta for Kusala, and Vipaka Chitta 7. And this Kiriya Chitta 12. Next one. You drop one more. You left with Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. You have 3. So you have this Kusala Chitta 3. Then Vipaka 8. Then next one, Kiriya 13. Okay. Then fourth jhana, you drop Piti again, left with Sukha and Ekagata. So left with 2. And then here 4 Chitta, 9 Chitta, and 14 Chitta. Okay. And fifth one, the fifth jhana, from here there's a chain. Sukha become Upeka. So Ekagata you still retain. So level 2. So for Kusala, there are 5 Chitta, Vipaka 10, and then Kiriya 15. Okay, so that's why you get all these figure. Kusala 1 to 5, wholesome absorption. Vipaka 6 to 10, resultant rebirth in Brahma realm. And Kriya 11, 15, functional, run, returner, and Arahant. So this one description of which are the state of factor that cause you to born in the next world, next kind of realm, in the Brahma realm or non-returner or Arahant. Okay, next one we come to the Rupa Jhana factor. What drops at each jhana level? Vitaka, initial applied thought. First only, directing your mind onto the object. Okay, this is what Vitaka work. And then Vichara, sustained application. First and second jhana, continuous examination, exploring of the object. And Piti, rupture joy. First, second, and third, a refreshing, thrilling quality, 5 grades of intensity. Sukha, happiness or bliss, first to fourth, and calm, a pleasant feeling arising with the object. Okay, this is how each level, when you encounter the various jhana, then upekha, equanimity, third and fifth, replaces sukha in the fifth jhana, and you have a neutral and balanced. And then ekagata, one-pointedness, all jhanas, unification of mind on single object, and it's always present. So this talking about these various kind of rupa jhana factors. So what drops at each jhana level? Okay, so this is also a thing for you to revise too, because it will come and haunt you all during exam. Then you have the 12 arupa vichitta, or immaterial sphere. So what are they? Won't work. Okay. So we look at the 4 immaterial attainment, total 12 citta. Akansayatana, infinite space. These are object or boundless space, transcend all material perception. So meditator will discover the truth, the space as infinite after removing the material perception. I mean, already go to the arupa one. Vina Jayatana, infinite consciousness. This is the take object consciousness that took infinite space as its object. Infinite space, hard to imagine with our, you have to this kind of my thought. Okay, so the consciousness of first rupa, arupa become the new object. So this was my kind of meditation. Okay, and then akincha nayatana, nothingness. This one also mind state. The absence of consciousness from previous state. Okay. Remember here consciousness? Here absence of consciousness from previous state. Perception of nothing is there. Complete voidness. Okay. And this also a mental thought of totally nothing. Okay. Complete voidness. Then you have the neva sana, nasa sana yatana. Neither perception nor non-perception. Consciousness of nothingness attainment. This is even higher than the earlier one. Extremely stubborn, can barely call perception nor non-perception. So this is all mental thought. Okay, these are kind of higher attainment. So we coming towards the end here. Arupa Vachara. There are three types and beautiful mental factor. So we look into it. Four Arupa Vachara Kusala. They are wholesome Arupa Chitta. They are practiced by meditator in human or Deva realm to attain formless jhana. And then the karma that leads to rebirth in formless realm. So you're able to attain this meditation level, you have a high chance of going to Arupa. Then Arupa Vachara Vipaka, resultant of Arupa Chitta, arrive at Patisandhi, rebirth linking in formless realm. So when you are a chance to born in this formless realm, you arrive this Patisandhi. Arise as Vavanga and Chutti in the formless realm too. So this is four Arupa Vipaka. And then four Arupa Vachara Kiriya, functional Chitta. This is a special one. It arises in non-returner and Arahant only. And it produces no karma and arise without craving for existence. Then we look at the beautiful mental factor present in all Mahagata Chitta. Faith, mindfulness, shame, fear of wrong. All these are kind of good mental factor. Non-greed, non-hatred, neutrality, tranquility. Okay? Lightness, malleability, willingness, and so-called proficiency. Okay? So total of this 12. So next one, which is two Cetasika, mental factor, which we covered earlier. The Samba Chitta Sandharana, universal present in every universal member in every consciousness. Contact, feeling, perception, volition, one-pointedness, life faculty, attention, and plus 6 others. This is the universal one. And then akusala, unwholesome with immoral consciousness, delusion, shamefulness, shamelessness, fearlessness of wrong, restlessness, greed, wrong view, conceit, plus another 6 others. And then Pakhinaka, occasional, right in specific orders, initial thought, vitaka, sustained thought, determination, energy, joy, rapture, desire to act. Then Sobhana, beautiful one, a wholesome consciousness, faith, mindfulness, shame, fear of wrong, non-greed, non-hatred, equanimity, compassion, and sympathy, joy. Okay, check with your earlier one, year 2, whether I make any mistake here. So when you talk about top moment, this is what is happening. The Ārammaṇa in the cognitive, our sister Sumeta love all this. She has a very long diagram on this. A life continuum of the Bhavanga by vibrating arrest. When you get arrested, you get averting. Then Vijnana, the sense, chitta, receiving, investigation, determine, followed by the 7 jhavana. Then finally, register, and then the Bhavanga resume back again. Okay? Remember this, especially the 4th year one. So they always tend to come out this one on the top moment. So when you talk about this, the Ārammaṇa determine quality. The object Ārammaṇa present to consciousness shape which type of chitta arise. A beautiful object tend to generate wholesome jhana. A hateful one will have a akusala jhavana. So when take about 7, the jhana phase is karmically active. The 7 jhana moments are ethically significant phase. J1, first one is the weakest in karmic force, and 7 is the strongest. And then death determines the next rebirth. Okay. Third one, complete condition require all state. Without proper amana, clear, close, attended to, the process may stop early. So weak object never reach jhavana and produce no karma. That's why some of the object which is weak, you have no karma effect. Remember, Sumita and Teo, you have to remember this very well. This particular year, all these, die must remember. So finally, we come to the shortcut guide, how to remember, quick memory of all these numbers. Ārammaṇa classes, 5 cents plus 1, the what you call the mind, total 6. Dhammarana subtypes, Pasuddha, Sakuma, Chitta, Nibbana, Pana 6. Date object 3. Kama Vaca Vipaka 23. Then Rupa Vachara Chitta 15. Arupa Vivekara Chitta 12. Chitta Sika 52. Jamana 7. Okay, so that's all. Sister Teo, I check for you the 21. Let me go back and digest.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my final revision. Next one, all past year question, so no more of this.